What's up, people? Before I get off into this topic, I have a lot on my mind that I want to say about how every like I heard something today where it says everybody in their mind, everybody in their heart know when know right from wrong. Everybody know. Like for example, everybody. This was and it made sense. Every People know it's wrong to kill. People know it's wrong to steal. People know it's wrong to sleep with other people's wives, and people know. We know. We all know. Even I know that. We all know that's wrong. But our nature. We do them. I'm just saying, for example, we do them anyway because it's just natural and normal because everybody wants to please. It's just like telling, like if you tell your child don't touch that socket and they do it anyway, they're gonna be curious somewhere in their mind, somewhere, and they're gonna do the nature of it is that the natural response, they're gonna do the opposite. We all do the opposite in that way. You know what I mean? We may say one thing is right, somebody else may come along and clown it and make fun of it. You know what I mean? Which those type of people, they probably don't know no better. Now, before I get off into the topic of the video, here's what I'm gonna do. You know what? If somebody told me the truth, like all the messages that I have ever, just like I wear a beard now, I wear a beard, right? As soon as I was told that I'm not supposed to wear my beard, that it may be like you still can see it. My skin ain't naked. You can tell by looking at me. My skin is not naked. This up, you can see the difference in this and this hand. You see what I'm saying? You can see the difference in this and this. And I'm gonna make sure I repeat it because I want people to get what I'm saying. I ain't never in my mind and in my heart sat up there to thought to sit up there and clown that person because they told me that I need to wear a beard. Why would I do so? Why would I do that? And guess what I did immediately when I found out that I said, well, if it's in the Bible, I'll go, I'll rock with it. If it's coming out that book, I rock with you. I rock with that all day long. Doesn't mean I'm a Christian. No, I'm not. I'm not no Christian. I don't call myself that. You know what I call myself? Somebody struggling every day is to be a better person. That's it. That's the only thing that I am. Are you a Christian? Nope. I'm somebody that needs help, just like the average person. I'm not gonna walk around here and act like I'm following all the commandments and I'm doing this here. Like fridges. I don't have no fridges. I'm not gonna pretend to be something that I'm not. If somebody asks me, walk up to me and say, "Hey, are you a Hebrew?" No, I ain't going to say that. Are you this? Are you that? Are you a child of God? I can say, well, no. And they say, why is that? They say, do you claim to be a Christian? Nope. Um, do you have fridges on? I tell them no. Why would I? I mean, I don't have none on. So I don't feel too proud within myself is to sit up there and say, no, I'm not doing something. Did you do this or did you do that? I'm not gonna clown nobody for asking me a question, man. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that, bro. That's it's messed up, man. You think I'm gonna clown a person or make fun of a person because they telling me that I should be wearing a beard? No, I'm not gonna make fun of nobody because I mean, you know what I mean. Now, some people, it's natural for us to wanna do our own thing. It's because we simply because we just by nature we just have that rebellious nature in us. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. It is. We just want to do our own thing. That's just like if you lay rules down in your house and you tell somebody that you want them is to follow all of the rules. What would you do if somebody came in your house and just said, I'm gonna lay down the rules, I'm gonna lay down what I want done and how I want you to do and stuff like that. And I just come into your house and I just start just laughing and making fun and clowning what you telling me that you want me to do. Then at that point, what you gonna do to that person? You're gonna tell them to get out. Yeah. You're gonna tell them to get. You're gonna tell them to get the step and hit the highway. That's how you gonna do it. You ain't gonna sit there and play with them like, wait a minute, hold it, bro. You in my house, man. If you ain't doing what I say do, then you gotta leave. You either rock by my rules or either you leave. Nobody would want nobody to come and if you gave a person a roosting place, you gave them a roosting what you call it, a roosting nest. It's cold outside. They say all you have to do is just abide by the rules. And they say, I'm not even asking you for no money. I'm not asking you to buy food in here. All I'm doing, I'm just asking you to just go by, just play the rules by my game. That's all. You can stay here, you can eat. I don't care if you sleep all day and don't wake up until midnight and get up and eat and sleep or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just making an example. Some people wouldn't even let you go that far. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean. But I'm just giving an example. Notice that a man did that. He said, look, you can stay here and rock in my house. If you ask me for the way I am as a person, you can come here. I don't care if I ain't never knew you a day in my life. If you come and say you need a nest to stay, I'm gonna, in essence, invite you in. You can stay and do whatever you want. But here's the catch. Here's the rule. You got to abide by my rules. If you don't abide by my rules, then you got to hit the door, partner. That's what they're gonna tell you. Partner, you got to hit the door. You see what I'm saying? I said, that was funny when I heard that, but it made sense. Yep. It made plenty sense. Yeah, it made plenty sense. You can stay here, do what you want. I don't care if you sleep from sun up to sundown and don't even wake up till midnight and the day is gone. Eat, sleep, do whatever. Use the bathroom, do whatever it is that you need to do. Everything. As long as you go by the rules, you in the game with me. Yeah. You is in the game, partner. You see what I'm saying? Like they say, man, people that are rebellious, bro, you can't play with them. You can't play with them, bro. No, you can't play with them. Now, I went a long title right here. I mean, a long introduction. I did one of those long introductories. But the video, y'all can see the video title here. It's called A Good Person versus a Bad Person. What's the difference? What's the difference between a good person and a Christian? What is the difference between being a good person and being a Christian? I should have said, hold on. What's the difference between being a good person and loving God? God can be found in difference between holiness and joy. Okay. Let me just go back to the first. What's the difference between being a good person and according to Quora, what's the difference between a good person and a bad person? I can break it down in my own way. Um, a good person is somebody that does a lot of good deeds. Huh? What? Fabuloso? Get that, no. Lemon juice and vinegar and because it's weak, it's got more water to it. Give him some lemon juice. I'm gonna just bring the whole. I'm gonna bring the whole bottle in there. All right. Let's do something right quick. But what is the difference between a bad person and a good person? How you tricking your pay pre-click organic? No, this is not it. Okay, I'm trying to think of something that I can put. A good person versus an obedient commandment keeping person. Why do you ask me about what is good? Jesus replied, there is none good but one, there is God. Okay, but if you will enter into life, it says keep the commandments. It says something like that. Now, I guess this is an example that is given you right here. This is a different translation here. Why do you ask about what is good? Jesus replied, there is only one who is good. If you want to enter into life, keep the commandments. Why ask me about what? Okay. In other words, this rich young ruler, I can't find it. It won't give me the context of it. You can, he says, if you want to enter into the life, keep the commandments. And he says, I kept all these things from my youth up. And he says, God, the Most High says, likest thou one thing, sell everything you have and give to the poor. So when he heard that, he was sad. He walked away. And then that's why God said it's going to be hard for a rich man to go into to accept go into his kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just using that as an example. Being a good person and following the laws by itself is not alone, is not going to save a person. It didn't say, it says by the deeds of the law, no flesh is righteous or justified or right. You can't justify being righteous by all the good deeds and the good works that you do. So just because somebody walk up to you and hand you $1 million, somebody can walk up right now and say, here's $1 million, so and so, such and such. That doesn't make them a godly person. It just means that they just saw something good in you and they just decide they'll do something good. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with all this other stuff. It ain't got nothing to do with them being a Christian. You can be an unconverted person, and it has nothing to do with you being a godly person at all. It just has to do with just some people that just have a good nature, good heart. It has nothing to do with you being because you got people, man, that worship Buddha and been in all this stuff called witchcraft their whole life, but they'll still talk to you, love you, hug you. It has nothing to do. You ain't got to necessarily have a relationship with the Most High to do all that. You just got some people that's just good. It has nothing to do with them being a Christian. No, it has a lot. It just depends on the individual person. Yeah. I mean, anybody can be. I'm just talking right now because I feel the need to put it out here. You know what I'm saying? It was something on my mind and it bothered me, and I just wanted to come and like kind of like talk about it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have, like I said, man, it ain't got nothing to do with just being good. You know, I mean, like a lot of people get confused, like with the what's so-called white man, because this man, if a white man walk up and give us as a people of color $1,000, that still doesn't make him. That doesn't mean he love you. Of course, we're not looking for him to. I'm not. I don't want no enemy having no. I don't want him having no love for me because I ain't got nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want him. I don't care about him. You know? No, I don't want who in their right mind. You'll have to be out of your mind and sick if you want a so-called white person to love you. To me, it's sick. It's a sick thinking. Think about it. Why would you want your enemy to love you anyway? Why do you want your enemy to love you? That's the question. You don't shake. Look, that's the same thing they did with the Native Indians and tricked the indigenous people over here. They came nice, sweet, and humble, but what did they do? Look how they rule in this land today. They living off of blood money. The so-called white man living off of blood money. Everything they got is blood money. Yeah, it's blood money that they got. Yeah. So a good person ain't got nothing to do with you being a Christian. Like you had a white man was buying people, paying for black people's food in the line, and offered to pay for mine and paid for mine. But do you think I stood up there and worshiped the white man and said, "Oh, this white man, oh he did"? No, I really didn't want him buying me nothing. I don't care. That's not gonna make me love them. That's not gonna make me love a white person because they do something good or they pull over to the side of the road and want to help you with a time. That's not gonna make me in essence want to say I love them. No, because God are just using to do it. Your worst enemy will do something good for you. You got the worst of demons of white folks will do something good. You don't have to, yeah. So I'm using it to paint a picture to show you, like you ever heard a lot of people say, well, when you in Christ, you don't see color. That's a lie. When they look at you, that's what they see. If they, like, people say all kind of lying stuff. If that's the case, why we're at the bottom as black people then? Why we got to pay so much back? Why is the jail is so full with a bunch of people of color of us in there? Our people. Life in prison for something that they didn't even do. They say we all the same, and God, they don't look at color. If they didn't see color, a lot of the innocent black men would be locked up for nothing. But you want to say that we all equal and that uh people don't see color. Yes, you do. When you got eyes, natural eyes in your body, when you look at people, that's what you see when they go and try to apply for help. And the white man ended up getting the job, and the white so-called white Edomite Caucasian devil get the job before you get it. And you a black man, regardless of how educated you is. And that black and that so-called white man is dumb as a doorknob. He gonna get the job. Why? Because his skin is white. And you can be educated. They're gonna overlook the educated black man, and they're gonna hire a white dude. They're gonna hire a white woman. We know that we have all these unjust stuff over here in our system. We have a major crisis in our in our community, in the so-called black, in the so-called black community. So that's why people will, you know, we are brainwashed by the so-called white man to hate each other. Instead of going in on your brother for trying to open up your eyes about this Caucasian beast, why not go in on the white? Remember, we didn't wake up one day and say, hey, we want y'all to poison our water. I know I'm kind of off the topic a little bit, but I just felt the need to say this. I'm gonna come back. Your enemy poison your water, not the one that's trying to warn you about this enemy. Your enemy poisoned the water. The so-called white man did it. That's your enemy. He poisoned your water. So that's the one that all of us as a people of color should be going ham on, is them. We didn't poison our water. Yeah, we didn't poison our water. They did it. But you want to clown me for trying to stand out against it? Really? To me, that's a sign of a coon licking Uncle Tom. That's what it is. They love their oppressors. They in love with their oppressors. When you sit up there and you make a mockery at your own people for trying to warn you about this cave beast, then you sit up there and look at them and try to clown the person instead of the one that's oppressing you and putting you in captivity. But you coming after me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not the one doing it to you. I didn't mess you up like that. I'm the one speaking out against this racist so-called white devil. But you clowning me and making fun of me. But you'll believe if your oppressors rise up right now. I bet you right now. Let me tell y'all how the so-called white man messed up the minds of our people and got our people bugged out. God can literally come down and crack the sky right now and tell them that everything that my servants is saying and coming out that book is true. Everything that my servants are saying coming out that book is true. I believe that some of us as a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people who are the real Israelites, is so messed up by the so-called white man, they will actually, I believe they'll actually tell the Most High God, I know you right and everything, but I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. I still believe what I want to believe. I believe you have a lot of our people is still that messed up and screwed up because they so in love with their oppressor. It wouldn't really surprise me. They didn't, matter of fact, they didn't even believe God when God was talking to the scribes and Pharisees. They still challenged him, and he was the Son of the Most High. So I can imagine what the people down here on earth gonna do. Then you want to have your nerve is to tell me continue to preach the word of God. What is you doing? How you gonna tell me it's to continue to preach his word, but you sitting up and you clowning me every day? Oh, I'm very specific in this video. Thought it was something. Yeah. Yeah, you can't tell me anything but a good person versus a bad person. Okay. All right. I was getting something off of my face up here off the side. Yeah. I don't know what that was. But anyway, a good person versus a bad person. Just because you can do something nice doesn't mean that you is of the most high. You can't. People they get that confused. It just means I'm a good person. I can do something good all day, go out there and give to the homeless, feed the homeless, and do all this stuff. At the end of the day, I can come home the same way I left him before I went and fed the homeless. You can be back where you are from the beginning. It has nothing to do. It doesn't even change you. That's something that you would have to do or that you would want done. Yeah. People can go out and they can feed the homeless and still not have a spirit is to want to talk to you at all. I can use the phone, for example. Like some people, they be like, well, I go out and help people every day, which they do. But it doesn't mean that it's no guarantee that that person gonna sit there and talk to you on the phone all day. What the picture I'm painting is, you can be this nice, you can be a good person, yeah. A nice person doesn't make you a Christian. It's different. It's just like a woman. No matter how nice you are to them, they still gonna treat you like crap. And most of you all know what I'm talking about. For those of you who have been in relationships, physical relationships with whether with men or women or whatever, whether women's been with men or whether the man being with the woman. Like the man can be in a relationship with a woman and the woman cannot appreciate the good man, then the woman can be in a good relationship with she can be in a relationship with the man. She can be a good woman, but the man is treating the woman like crap. It can go both ways, vice versa too. You see what I'm saying? So it has nothing to do with you being a good person. It's just that people just they just roguish. And like, let me give you another example. I don't know if it's gonna be hilarious to y'all. It might. You can be a very good-hearted person and can still be a low-down, dirty, evil person. Some people think to be low down and dirty, that's an indication that you ain't got no good in you. And that's totally wrong. You can be the givingest person there is and still be a low down, dirty, evil, rotten scandal. Has nothing to do with you being a Christian. Yeah, it has nothing to do with you being a Christian. Yeah. That's how it works. You got people that have good hearts, but they are still professional thieves. That doesn't mean they ain't got no good in them. They may not be no good, but the Most High can use them to just help you.